So who's this the Real Adogg fella? He's a YouTube personality. Now he hit on something a few days ago that, yeah, I can kind of get on board with it. You know, it doesn't seem too out there or too beyond the scope of the but it's 3 days later and this guy is going off on all sorts of alien conspiracies. Now, I want you to know that your alien conspiracies, your Illuminati conspiracies, when it comes to people being victimized, those conspiracies don't get the victim heard. A lot of y'all, you go to these, what the hell do I even call them? You go to these rallies, very similar to KKK rallies, BLM rallies, LGBT rallies. Many of us have to deal with a lot of hate from those communities because we teach ignorance to those communities. The more ignorant somebody is, the more likely they are to believe that God is going to fix it, or it's beyond their scope. That's one of the ways you're taught to not do jack shit for yourself. Give it to God because you are powerless. Religions teach you that you are powerless without their religion. It's nuts. Anyway, this YouTube channel, the guy calling himself the real Adogg. You know, it was one thing for him to say, yeah, this stuff with Hollyweird is real creepy, the whole pedophile thing and all that. But now he's chasing conspiracy theories with Angelina Jolie. You know, there's people out here on the streets starving to death while you talking shit about Oprah. While you talking shit about Brad Pitt. I don't give a fuck about Brad Pitt. What I care about is people out here starving to death. What I care about is being in a first world country where in many places you don't have access to water. If you don't have a family who cares, nobody cares about you, you're on your own. Now this feller calling himself the Real Adogg. What's the issue I got with this guy? Well, the same issue I got with Candace Owens. Ignorance and stupidity. Here's the thing, y'all watch the movie Django, right? You know that character played by Samuel L. Jackson? Yeah, that's Candace Owens. Parked right behind the building, it's the ugly blue Honda. It's funny, those guys were parked next to me for about 20 minutes. Alright, so let's get to the topic at hand. The fella here calling himself the Real Adogg. Today he posted up a video about Oprah Winfrey and a bunch of jargon and hoopla about Angelina Jolie. Nearly all of it is speculation. There's no actual evidence that he presents. A lot of my videos, I'm just talking. I get it. But you look at the situation that he's in. Look at that room he's in. He's got a room to do this in. Y'all are disgusting. Believing that this is okay. Believing that Candace Owens, who's had everything handed to her in her life, is more important than anyone else. Of course, she's got to sell this racist narrative however it fits her personal political agenda. If it fits her ideas as a racist conservative, she'll blame black people. If it bothers her as a black person who didn't get what she wanted right when she wanted, then she'll blame white people. God damn, that's stupid. But now, this dude's getting into speculation about stuff in Africa that might be going on at Oprah Winfrey's something or other resort for girls in Africa. I'm like, holy shit, dude. We've got evidence of those things happening wholesale and rampantly here in the United States, including very likely in your hometown, and you give a shit about Oprah Winfrey in Africa. Ain't you got no black people in your neighborhood that need help? Instead of you speculating on this channel, oh yes, that's right. You get on and talk about them famous people for the same reason I do. Somebody might listen. Maybe they'll listen. Maybe if you agree with their BS or pretend to agree with their BS, maybe they'll listen. I got all sorts of evidence that people refuse to look at. And then they pretend I don't have it because they refuse to look at it. They take away my resources with false charges and false allegations. Make me a target for the public doing the very same thing. God damn, there's so many people so ignorant as to believe that makes it alright. It doesn't. This doe dippity dipshit, whose face graces the cover of this here video, he's going off on conspiracy theories. Nothing tangible. Meanwhile, I'm not focusing on conspiracy theories. I've got tangible evidence that needs to be seen. But that all also comes down to whether or not you care. How many of you actually care about other human beings? How about the just being nice? How many of you are nice to people and think that that's good enough? You know, beaten after death. Telling them you're sorry isn't going to fix it. It's not going to change it, and it's not going to put the predator behind bars. Now I'm going to end this video because this guy's a moron, and I don't want to give morons too much of my time. I got to get on to actual topics with actual victims. Actual victims closer to home. Actual victims who are not rich and fucking famous. Actual victims of actual crimes. Actually here in the United States. Obviously, I didn't make a whole bunch of money today, but I made better than nothing. And I'm glad to have better than nothing. It's not enough. And stating that it's not enough is not being ungrateful, it's telling the truth. And any of you stupid cunts who want to get all fucking butthurt over the truth, why are you wasting my fucking oxygen, and why are you trying to turn it into a race thing? Now that Aldine feller, he's a moron too. Just so you know, dear black folks, the sundown laws and black codes are still alive today. They're used primarily against the homeless. Black homeless, white homeless, nobody gives a shit, they're homeless. Who cares if they're treated that way? They're homeless. Fuck all of you and your stupid shit. Fuck all of you and your cruelty. And fuck this dude. Holy hell. Hey, dude. Human trafficking is happening in your town right now. Guaranteed. Are you doing shit about that, or are you focusing on Oprah? All of your stuff is off of a speculation. Internet speculation about Mel Gibson. Huh. So from Mel Gibson, you manufacture some crazy nut job stuff. It might be true. It might be. I'll give you that. It might be true. There also might be aliens doing it. There also might be a God doing it. Maybe, but I severely doubt it. Human motivations are simple. The fact that I am harmed everywhere I go because I'm not the right color, not the right gender, is pathetic. The fact that we have taught black people to be so incredibly ignorant of the world. We have a large population of black people here in America who don't even realize that there was ever slavery elsewhere. We were taught about slavery in school. State curriculums are essential. And all state curriculums that I have been in have included slavery, and that is at every level. Grade school, junior high school, high school. Yes, we learn heavy about black slavery in the United States, but we also teach about other slaves. Now, don't we? We're going to take anything out of a black person's education that's not blackwashed for them? Oh, this information is correct, but it doesn't show the black people in a positive light or as a victim. So we're not going to look at that evidence, just like women do with literally every single category of crime. Women are more likely to be physically violent in a relationship. Far more likely. They're more likely to beat their children. A lot more likely. They're equally as likely to kill their children as the father is. 31% and 31%. That's right. 62% of the time when a child is killed, it's the parent who did it. One of the parents. That's right. %80 of child molesters are the parent of the child. 80% of them. 80%. With an additional 16% being family. That's right, an additional 16% are family. That means 96% of the time when you are molested, it's one of your family members who did it. An additional 3% of the time, it's a friend of the family. And in less than 1 in 1,000, 1 in 1,000 of those situations, is it ever a stranger. You want to talk about the stranger danger? Out of 1,000 children molested, 800 of them were molested by a parent. 160 of them were raped by a relative, a brother, a cousin, an uncle, or a sister, or a mother. Sorry, mother's already on the list. We can't count that one, can we? We've got a lot of different factors that play into these things, such as poverty, but you want to ignore the poverty and make it a race thing. Well, that makes it so that you and everybody in your race who ends up impoverished is still going to be victimized and still going to whine about the color of their skin. You're being victimized because you're poor. You're assumed to be poor. Although I admit that with a vehicle, I can take my backpack off, put it in the vehicle, put on some nice clothes, and people won't know I'm homeless necessarily. But a black man cannot take off his skin and put it in the trunk of his car. I can't take my gender away, or the gender bias as a result of it. You make your decisions based on those bias, not on reality, not on evidence. And although you don't trust the cops, you'll believe anything they tell you about the fucking homeless. When the police decide they're not going to do their job because they think some pretty girl must be right because she's a pretty girl and we're expected to protect pretty girls, that's just stupid. That's why pretty girls abuse that privilege so much and so often. You also get to listen to Chris over there. What a little bitch. Cops are bad, okay? How many times does he say that? He won't go to the cops because the cops are bad. Claimed that he'd never gone to the cops before in his entire life. He's been to the cops on multiple occasions. Just in the last 10 months. So he's full of shit. It's getting too hot to be out here. It's getting too hot to sit in the sun. I'm going to try to go to the library. My back is fucking killing me. My legs are fucking killing me. We'll see how life goes, huh? Alright, so that looks like a 1928 Dodge Brothers. That shiny red thing. I'm gonna go ask what it is. Aha. I was wrong. I thought it was a Dodge from back there. Well, it would have been Dodge Brothers, I guess, if it was that old. It's an old Ford step side. Very cool. Anyway, this the Real Dog, or the Real Adogg feller, he's obviously not that bright. He's one of those people who believes anything he hears on the internet. He does say several times that he wants to hear Angelina Jolie say those things herself instead of just listening to the speculation of others, which is good. Why does it have to be Angelina Jolie? Why can't it be one of the people who's actually there? Why can't you get a hold of those people in a foreign country and ask them? I guarantee you there are people who are being human trafficked in your town that you personally know. There are people in your hometown who are being sexually molested, likely as we speak. So what are you doing about them? Nothing. You're speculating on fucking Oprah. Gross. Over 130 kids disappeared in the United States today. That's based on averages. It's a lot of kids disappearing, ain't it? Ah, there they are. On average, 5 children per day die in foster care. That's average. Average. That means, oh, maybe on Tuesday only 2 children died in foster care. So you're going to go, oh, that's not true. That's not true. Only 2 kids died in foster care on Tuesday. That's why we make the distinction of average. You might only have 2 kids that die today, but you might have 8 that die tomorrow. Here it is. My key. So this guy is not too bright of a feller, but he's got a good voice. He's got a strong voice. He's got a voice people are going to want to listen to. Plus, he's black. A lot of people really, really, really want to listen to black people right now. They want to show that they're not a bigot. And in doing so, they're showing that they're bigots. It's amazing. Then we got Candace Owens. This woman is so whitewashed. I'm surprised her last name is Owens and not White. She's a lot like Barack Obama. Doesn't know shit about what's going on in the world. Wants to play on the color of her skin, but she's not enduring the majority of the things that people of her skin color are having to endure and are bitching about. Matter of fact, to the point that she even pretends that those things don't happen. That they don't happen. That black people deserve it. That, oh, well, if you don't break the law, with all due respect, police break the law every day to put poor people who didn't break the law in jail and prison. So no, that the law bullshit does not fucking fly. Now, if you've never been on the receiving end of that because you have special privilege, because you're a pretty girl like Candace Owens, or because you're a police officer, yup, we treat police officers and women the same. They can do whatever the fuck they want to you, play victim, and your ass is going to jail. Fuck the police. Do you like how I said that, or are you insulted? Fuck it, I'll take it right. Oh wait, no, I guess I don't have to. The young lady's having a car wash. I just realized I pulled a stupid and did not set up my phone, my other phone, as a speedometer. I treat people equally. The first thing they do is flip their shit. I understand it's all about power and position. It's all about what other people think of you. When you tell somebody they shouldn't care what other people think, when literally being physically assaulted or sexually assaulted. Yeah, you're just showing that you're a world-class piece of shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Now, I do got to give him kudos for wanting to see proof. That's something I ask for. People don't produce any proof. The only person who does that is me. I produce the evidence. Because everybody else is just a fucking mouse, just like Candace Owens. Stuck up fucking preppy ass white girl. But, of course, she's not literally white, so we can't say that. Of course, she's allowed to be racist and make everything about white people, white people, white people, white people. And she goes back and forth between thinking she's a white woman and thinking she's a black woman, and really, she's neither. I know a lot of black people who have told me that they've never had to deal with racism in their lifetime. You know who has? Me. I've dealt with a lot of racism in my day. Well, looks like somebody took the seat I usually take here. Which is sad because it's got shade. Here's one with some shade. Good, I'll take it. Although the shade's going to disappear here shortly, at least it exists. The next topic here is I'm going to rip the hell out of a bunch of fucking sexist shits who want to take away from autistic men by playing autistic. Fuck the world.